Part one of this lesson 7, we've looked at how to open the bidding and what an opening bid means. Remember, it means between 12 and 19 high card points normally, and it promises at least 4 cards in the suit that's been opened. So now we're going to look at how we might want to respond if our partner makes an opening bid of one of a suit. And we're particularly interested in the situation where we have a fit between us. Now, a fit in this context means that we know as responder that there are at least 8 cards between us and partner in the suit that partner has opened. So that means we'd want to have 4 card support at least, because we know opener is only promising a minimum of 4 cards. They might well have more, but let's assume they've only got 4 cards. If we've got 4 cards in that suit, then we have at least 8 cards between us and we have a fit in that suit. So let's look at the possible responses for that. But first of all, I want to just take us back and remind us of the objectives of the auction, as that helps us put into perspective where we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to achieve here. So the prime objectives of the auction are, firstly, we want to identify, if possible, an 8-card fit in a major suit, hearts or spades. And why do we do that? Well, we prefer to play in a major suit when we have a fit. It's often easier to play in trumps. You can sometimes make more tricks and sometimes you can keep control of the play, which when you wouldn't otherwise be able to do so. Also, we score more points for playing in major suits than minor suits. So we always look to identify an 8-card fit in a major suit as a priority in the auction. Secondly, once we've done that, we then want to establish at what level we want to play, whether that's to achieve just a part score, whether to achieve a game contract, or even possibly to achieve slam. Now, we haven't talked about slams in our lesson so far, and we won't be doing that for some time yet, but just be aware that they are a potential possibility here as well. And the reason we want to establish at what level we want to play at is because we can maximize our potential to score bonus points. We get bonus points for game contracts, and if we bid a slam, that's a 6-level contract, or even a grand slam, a 7-level contract, we get even more bonus points. So those are the objectives of our auction. Now, as a responder, if we know that partner has opened one of a major and we have got support for that major, i.e. we've got at least 4 cards in the major suit that's opened, we're able to achieve a lot of these objectives with one simple bid. Okay, so the golden rule here is always support your partner's major suit if you have a fit in it. So in other words, if partners open one of a major and you have 4 cards in that suit as well, you know there is an 8-card fit and you will be able to make support for that bid, and you will be able to tell partner a lot about the strength of your hand, which will achieve a lot of the goals of these of the auction here. We'll achieve a lot of our objectives in terms of establishing at what level we should be playing at. Right, so let's look at supporting partners' opening bid of 1 heart, or maybe they've made an opening bid of 1 spade, and we've got 4 card support for that major suit that they've opened with. Remember, partners' opening bid promises of 1 heart or 1 spade promises 4 or more cards in that particular suit. So it's a golden rule for us that we would support our partner when we've got 4 or more cards ourselves in the same suit. Once we've done that, we've identified a major suit fit, which is one of the prime objectives of the auction. How we respond is shown by this simple line here. With a weak hand, 0 to 5 high card points, even if we've got a fit, we would probably pass. There are times when we would bid, but we're not going to cover those at this stage in our bridge learning. So we'll assume any hand that has between 0 and 5 high card points, we would pass. However, if we have got 4 card support and we've got between 6 and 9 high card points, we have a hand strong enough to raise to the 2 level. So we would raise a bid of 1 heart to 2 hearts, or a bid of 1 spade to 2 spades, depending on which particular suit it is that's been opened and that we have support for. If we've got a slightly stronger hand, 10 to 12, there's a good chance there might even be a game contract on now, depending on how strong opener is. And we need to tell them that we've got a stronger hand by raising to the 3 level. So what happens here is if a partner's open one heart with 10 to 12 points and 4-card support for hearts, we would raise to the 3 level. And likewise, if partners open one spade, we would raise a 1 spade to the 3 spade level if we had 4-card support and 10 to 12 high card points. And the last situation, an even stronger hand, so 13 or more high card points, we would normally expect there to be sufficient points now for a game contract. Remember, a game contract in a major suit requires about 25 or more high card points. Partner's opening bid is promising 12. So if we've got 13 high card points, then we know there are enough for game. And also, if we know that they've got 4 cards in their major suit and we have 4-card support for that same major suit, we can be fairly certain that the right contract is to bid the game in either 4 hearts or 4 spades. Let's look at some examples. So assume your partner's open 1 heart. Hand 1 here, this is the example where you would want to pass. You've only got 4 high card points. It's better to pass here than to bid. If you bid here, you would mislead your partner with how many points you've got. We might end up getting too high and they will go off in their final contract. Okay. Hand number 2, this fits into this second category. We've got 7 high card points and we've got 4-card support for partners' hearts. Partner has opened 1 heart, he's promising at least 4, so we know there is a major suit fit. And with 7 high card points, we fit into this 6 to 9 high card point range, and we would simply raise to the 2 level. That shows a weak hand, but some support, but at least 4-card support for partner's major suit. Hand number 3, remember partners opened a heart here, and this is our hand. We've now got 11 high card points, so we're a bit stronger. There might even possibly be a game contract available now. So we can show our 4-card support by jumping straight to 3 hearts, and by jumping to 3 hearts, we're showing a hand between 10 and 12 high card points. So we raise to the 3 level to show the strength of our hand and that we've got 4-card support. And the last example, we've got 4-card support for hearts. They're not particularly good hearts that we hold, but it's still 4-card support. And we've got 13 high card points. Partner must have at least 12 high card points for their opening bid. So in this situation, we can just jump straight to 4 hearts. We know that that's likely to be the best game contract. We've got at least 25 points between us, and we have a major suit fit in the heart suit. So we would want to tell partner the good news by jumping straight to 4 hearts. Something else to point out about these responses where we raise openers major to the 2 or the 3 level is that a raise to the 2 or the 3 level is known as a limit bid. We came across the concept of a limit bid before when we opened one no trump. One no trump opening bid limits your hand to a precise range. And again, these particular raises to the 2 level or to the 3 level limit your hand to a precise range, 6 to 9 or 10 to 12 high card points. Okay, we call these limit bids because your partner now knows your strength to within a fairly precise range. This type of bid is not forcing. Partner does not have to bid on. They will look at their hand and may be able to make an assessment of whether or not there's an opportunity for a game level contract. They might well choose to bid on though, or alternatively, if there's no future in a game contract, they would pass. Let's look at some examples. Here's a hand here. West has got 13 high card points. They've got 5 spades and 4 hearts. They're going to open 1 spade, their longest suit. Okay, East's hand is here. It's quite a weak hand, but they do have 4-card support for spades. So they need to tell partner this. They mustn't pass here. With 6 high card points and 4-card support for spades, this is a good hand to at least bid, to at least show support. So they would show that support by raising simply to the 2 level. That shows 4-card support and between 6 and 9 high card points. Now opener knows that their partner has only got up to 9 high card points, and they can tell that even with just 13, with their 13, even if partner is maximum with 9, there's no chance of a game contract. 13 and 9 is 22. That's not likely to be enough points for a game level contract, so West would simply pass. And that would be the final contract, a 2-spade part score where West would become the declarer and they would have to make 8 tricks in spades. Here's another example. Here's West's opening hand. They've got 16 high card points, a 5-card spade suit. They're going to open one spade, their longest suit, and let's look at East's hand here. East has got a better hand now. They've got 10 high card points, but more importantly, they've also got 4-card support for West's major suit. They've got 4 spades themselves, so they know there is a fit in spades. So the way they can show that now is by making the limit bid response 3 spades. Okay, that shows between 10 and 12 high card points, so fairly precise range, and 4-card support. West now knows a lot about East's hand. They know they've got 4-card support, and they know they've got between 10 and 12 high card points. Well, even if they've only got 10, that's likely to be enough for game. So 16 plus 10 would be 26. There are enough points for game here, so West now can confidently bid 4 spades, the game level contract, to go for the game bonus, and I would expect them to be able to make a 4 spade, make at least 10 tricks in a spade contract here, and in 4 spades. So they should be able to earn their game bonus, and the bid of 4 spades, the game grid, is the right bid here. One more example. Here's West's hand again. 17 high card points, 5 cards in spades. It's their longest suit. So they would open 1 spade. Here's the East hand. Quite a weak hand, only 8 high card points. But again, the key feature here is 4-card support in spades. They've got support for partners opening major suit. So it's important to show that by choosing the correct limit bid response. And here, because they've only got 8 high card points, the correct bid would be a raise to the 2 level. So they should bid 2 spades here to show 4-card support and a hand between 6 and 9 high card points. A limit bid that limits their range to that particular range of points. West now can't be quite sure whether there are enough points for game. If there's only 6 points in East's hand, well, 6 plus 17 is 23. That probably won't be enough. But if East is maximum, if East has got 9 or even 8 high card points, there may well be a chance of a game level contract. So West can bid on. Bid 3 spades. That says to partner, bid on if you're maximum. There might be a game contract here, or if you're minimum for your bid, just pass. Now, East is actually maximum for their bid, really. Their bid range is between 6 and 9 high card points. They've got two aces, which is worth 8 high card points. And as we shall see later, this doubleton feature is a really good, important feature in their hand. They might be able to trump hearts when the contract is played. So this hand is probably worth slightly more than 8 high card points. And therefore East should bid on and would bid to the game level contract. They would accept the invitation to bid to game. 4 spades would be the final contract, and there's a very good chance of making that contract here. I think you'll find that West would be the declarer in 4 spades. They would lose a spade, and they would lose a diamond, and they would lose a club, but they won't lose any hearts. They can win the first 2 rounds of hearts and rough a heart in the dummy because of this doubleton feature here. Okay, so the right bid here would be to raise to 4 spades by East. That would be the right contract. So something else we just started to look at there is the importance of taking account of shape. And what that means is in trump contracts, short suits matter. And specifically, what we need to think about here is when we know there is a trump fit and we're going to play in a trump contract, not a no trump contract, but a trump contract, then responder can adjust their bid to take account of their shape. And that's because short suits matter. Singletons, voids, in other suits increase the trick-taking potential of your hand. Okay, so your hand might well be worth a lot more if you're short, very short in some other suits here. Okay, even a doubleton, as we saw on the last hand, might actually be a good feature. Some books or authors suggest you add on extra points. Once you know there's a fit, you can add on 3 points for a void, 2 for a singleton, and 1 for a doubleton. Don't worry if you don't want to do that at the moment or you don't quite see why, but we must get used to the fact that when we have these short suits, singleton and doubleton and void features, they are worth a bit more to us when we play the contract, and we can make extra tricks because we are short in those suits and can trump in those suits. Okay, so here's an example. Hand A. Partners open 1 heart, and this is our responding hand. We've got 9 high card points. Normally with 9 high card points and 4 card support for openers hearts, we would simply raise to the 2 level. 9 high card points is in that 6 to 9 band we would raise, so we would raise 1 heart to 2 hearts. But here, the singleton diamond is a particularly good feature in our hand, and when our partner becomes declarer in a heart contract, they may well be able to make extra tricks by roughing any diamonds because we're short in diamonds ourselves. So our singleton diamond makes our hand worth a lot more. So in this situation, rather than simply bid 2 hearts, I would bid more aggressively, and I'd respond 3 hearts here. And here's another example. Partners opened a spade, and we've got 4 card spade support, so that's good news. And we've got 11 high card points. Now, normally with 11 high card points, we would simply raise to the 3 level. So we would raise 1 spade to 3 spades. But here, with 11 high card points and taking account of the fact that our singleton heart is a really good feature in our hand here, partner may well be able to trump some hearts in the dummy, and that would give them a chance to make some extra tricks. So our hand is worth a little bit more than 3 spades here, and I would suggest we would be better off raising straight to the 4 level, to a spade level game contract, a spade game level contract, 4 spades. So we would respond here 4 spades rather than 3 spades because of the points and the extra that we should bear in mind, the extra value of having a singleton in another suit. Now that's quite a complex concept. Don't worry if you don't get used to that for now. Just use your high card points to work out how high to bid. But certainly, as you get used to playing bridge and you get better at it, you'll realise that actually you should be taking account of the shape of your hand as well as the number of high card points you hold in your suit. So far, we've looked at the importance of supporting partners' major suit. So if partner opens a major and we've got 4 card support for it, we automatically raise that major to show them we have a fit and to tell them how strong our hand is. So you might be asking, do we do the same thing if partner opens with a minor suit and we've also got support for that minor suit? Well, as we'll see in lesson 8, responders' priority is often to think about bidding major suits still. We might have a major suit fit. So as we'll see in lesson 8, actually, we would only normally raise a minor suit if we have no alternative. So here's an example. Partners open 1 diamond. We've got 9 high card points. We've got 4 card support for diamonds. So you might think we would simply want to raise to the right level of diamonds. We might want to raise diamonds here and show our support for partner. However, there's actually a more constructive bid here, and we'll see in lesson 8 that actually we should be bidding spades here, and we should respond 1 spade because we're more interested in exploring whether partners also got spades. Okay, here's an example where we would support this. If partner open 1 diamond, here we haven't got a better bid. Actually, simply we have 4 card support for diamonds, and it would be appropriate with this particular hand to raise diamonds. Okay, so here we would be with 10 high card points and possibly even that doubleton in hearts, which is worth something else. We're certainly confident that we should raise to the 3 level to show a hand between 10 and 12 high card points and 4 card support. So we would raise 3 diamonds here. We've got nothing better to tell partner about our hand, and now they know a fair bit about the strength and the shape of our hand. Okay, so we just come on to a recap and then we'll be able to finish this lesson. So recap here, firstly think about selecting our opening bid. And always remember, if your hand qualifies for a 1 no trump opening, that's the bid you make. You don't open 1 of a suit if your hand is balanced with 12 to 14 high card points. However, if your hand isn't suitable to open 1 no trump and you've got at least 12 high card points, occasionally less, you can bid 1 of your longest suit. If you've got 2 equal length suits, you would bid 1 of the higher ranked suit. But there's one exception, the special case. If you hold both 4 cards in hearts and 4 cards in spades, you always choose to open 1 heart in preference to 1 spade on that particular opening hand. That's the only exception to this rule here of equal length suits bidding the higher ranked. And when you're responding to openers major suit opening and you have support, there's a simple level response line here. Okay, anything between 0 and 5 high card points we would pass. Even if we've got support, we would normally pass. But if we've got a hand that's between 6 to 9 high card points and 4 card support, we can raise to the 2 level. With 10 and 12, but between 10 and 12 high card points, we can raise to the 3 level if we've got 4 card support. And with 13 or more high card points and 4 card support, we can raise straight to the game level. And one thing we've learned also is that we can bid more aggressively with a shapely supporting hand. So hands with voids and singletons and even doubletons are sometimes worth a little bit more than their high card point, and it's often appropriate to bid more aggressively in those situations. So that's all we're going to cover in this particular lesson. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know if you've got any questions.